What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're going to be doing another video in my Rivals series. We're going to actually be racing three cars today. This is the Calsonic Skyline versus the Pennzoil Nismo GT-R Skyline versus the Loctite Zexel Skyline GT-R. The Pennzoil I think is 99 and the two other ones are both 2000. You can tell based on a little bit of how they look, it'll be a little different. But be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. Y'all are all awesome. Thank you for the support. Trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And so if you're new to what I do with these videos, the way I make these work is I drive each of the three cars on a lap around Complex Stream. It's a unique course to GT3. That's why I pick it. And then and it has a good balance of straightaways and crazy weird corners. And then also I do an AI battle between the three. Then I do a max speed test between the three. And I'll talk about each one a little bit. Talk about their stats, their handling characteristics, looks, sounds, all that stuff, and then we'll just I'll give my evaluation of each during this part. Talk a little bit during the AI battle, and then from there I'll just kind of chill and let y'all watch the rest of the video. It's pretty good. These have been really fun to make. So thank y'all for the support and for liking these and for watching these, because they take a little bit more time and effort compared to other videos I make, so that's kind of nice. So I really appreciate everybody. Alright, well, we're starting with the oldest one of the series. This is the Pennzoil Nismo GT-R JGTC from 1999. A car that was also in Gran Turismo 2, the only one that was in 2. You have some similarities between other cars in 3 and 2. There's similar ones in 2, but in this game, this is the only one that has the same car that has lasted in all 3 of the iterations. The Calsonic Skyline, they have a 99 one in GT2, and it's technically a different car. And then I think the Loctite, there is not a Loctite in 2. But there is a Zexel Skyline in 2, but it's not this model. But yeah, the Pennzoil is the only one that's actually in 3 and in 2, and obviously it's in all of the games because it's such an iconic car. It's very good, looks good in yellow. Not a lot of cars look good in yellow, so for the Pennzoil to look good in yellow is a good sign. They all sound exactly the same, so I won't mention that too much. So that's not really going to be a situation here. It seems to me that with the Zexel Skyline, it is a little bit faster. I don't know if y'all noticed that. It has a little bit more horsepower compared to the Calsonic and the Loctite Zexel. So I don't know if that actually is going to make much of a difference. I mean, maybe it will, like a single horsepower or something like that, or a single mile per hour on the top speed or something like that. It may make a little bit of a difference, but generally they're all equally very fast, equally very good handling cars, because they're Skylines, so they're going to be I'm pretty sure they're all all-wheel drive, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to look back at it. But I'm pretty sure they're all four-wheel drive cars, because the Skyline is, like the road car is. So, but again, not totally sure. But I'll obviously know in a second when I get to the point where I'm back at the menus. But this car does seem to be a little bit harder to control, and the AI you'll come to find will also agree with me there. The Pennzoil seems to be a car that's a little, it is 1 year older, so there's minor updates with each car as they continue to be reused and advanced and everything technologically. You can tell when you see the AI drive this car, they take it a little bit, it takes them a little bit longer to control, and they spin it out a lot more. Generally, in the race we're going to do, which will be the All Japan GT Championship, the Pennzoil always loses because he spins out more than them, and his tires wear a little bit more, and that's kind of where they come from. I think in terms of appearance, this car is one of my favorite looking cars, just because, again, yellow is not generally a advised color for a race car, but if you can make it work, then it looks really, really good, and I think the Pennzoil looks really, really good in yellow. The Calsonic is also really high up there. I think I would put the Calsonic slightly above the Pennzoil in terms of appearance, just because the blue is so iconic, and the Calsonic that livery has been around for so long. They've used that Calsonic livery for the blue. It's been there forever. So I do think one thing I noticed though for sure with the Pennzoil, in terms of its appearance, its front lights, its headlights are different than the Loctite and the Zexel, and it's really noticeable on Laguna Seca when the headlights are actually on. And I like how the headlights look a lot more with the Pennzoil Nismo compared to the Calsonic and the Loctite. They have a slightly different look to them, and I think it's a lot better. So I don't know if that was like planned that they. I mean, that does show the age of the Pennzoil, but I think it looks better. So that's just my opinion. In terms of handling, I think the Pennzoil is the worst at handling. But again, if you, I think it's the better challenge of using the Pennzoil. The Pennzoil will be a lot more fun car to use, and I do think that all these cars are very guilty of this. They really, you might as well use it manual because they over rev and it slows down so substantially at the top part of its gear ratio, which is kind of a problem. So all three of them struggle with that. That's not really a thing between them. For the Pennzoil, I would say that this car is slightly faster, more fun to use because it's harder to control, even though it still has very great handling, as you can tell as I go through these S's right here. It's, and then of course as I say that, I go off the road. But the Pennzoil is a very good handling car. All three of them will be, but I think the Pennzoil is just a little bit lower in handling. It slides out a little bit more just because it's a little bit older. I think it looks really great. I like its headlights a lot more, and I think the yellow is a good style for it. Sounds great. They all sound great. Very fast, and yeah, let's switch over to the Calsonic now. Alright, now we are onto the Calsonic Skyline JGTC from 2000. This is the slightly updated version of the Calsonic Skyline GT from Gran Turismo 2, which is the 99 version. So I'm assuming that Calsonic raced against the Pennzoil Nismo, and this one probably did too actually, but you know, this is the 2001. It's great. The blue livery, super iconic. And then yeah, as y'all can see, look at those front headlights. They're slightly different. I think they look more just like a regular Skyline's headlights, and the Pennzoils actually look kind of like they did something different. So that's why I prefer the Pennzoil's front headlights. The blue is so iconic. Honestly, like you can't go wrong with a blue livery for a Skyline. It just looks fantastic. I have a good time driving this car. I think that again, as I've said before with the what's its name? The Pennzoil seems to have just a little bit less handling. The Calsonic seems to be just a little bit more, has a little more grip, just because it's a little bit newer. Better technology in there, just a little bit. But the Pennzoil does have that fun aspect of if you can handle sliding the car, you could probably do really, really good with the Pennzoil. I mean, that's kind of what I was noticing as I drove it. I was like, this car, if you can handle the slide, if you can use that to your advantage, you can take each corner perfectly like that, you can really have some fun with that. You can really hit some apexes and kind of dominate everybody. So I think that when it comes down to it, it's like the choice always becomes, which car do you want to use? Do you want to have a car that slides around? Do you want to have a car that has more grip and more handling? I'm driving the Calsonic pretty terribly right now, so this do not regard the Calsonic the way that I'm driving it right now, but it might actually not be as good of a handling car. I'm not actually sure. Generally, when I watch the AI in this race that we're going to do, the Loctite is the best, then it's the Calsonic, and then it's the Pennzoil, so we may have to just kind of see with the Zexel. If the Zexel handles better than this thing, then it will actually make a difference. But to me, it's going to be minuscule, but I'm just driving the Calsonic badly. But we'll see. For all we know, the Zexel is the best handling one. The Calsonic is the kind of middle ground, and then the Pennzoil is the power car that has more sliding. I've noticed that with Gran Turismo 3 because they didn't have a lot of cars. I've said this in a lot of my videos in this series. It seems like they just kind of were like, what we need to do to make it up for having not a lot of cars is basically give each car a rival or a series of rivals so that there's like something interesting to see. I think they did that with these two. And there's usually one of the cars is the all-around, one of them is the grippier one, and then one is the like powerhouse car. And then obviously if it's there's only two, then there's usually just like one is the handling one and one is the power car. But it's very interesting to see how they made this game, and that's something that I may have to do another re-review. I've reviewed this game before a long time ago in my videos and my reviews playlist of my channel. You can check it out. But it's been a while since I reviewed this game, but yeah, I do think that a lot of my thoughts in that video would stay true now. I think they tried to basically make this game, even though they went for quality over quantity, and I don't mind that. I don't actually care that there's not a lot of cars in this game, because the fact that the game is so replayable, and the fact that people still talk about this game and almost talk about this game more than Gran Turismo 4 is pretty shocking. I mean, like, 4 is literally to 3 what 2 is to 1, where it's just the same but more cars, and people still talk about 3 more, which I think is very interesting. Um, yeah, this game is great. But anyway, back to the Calsonic. So I think the Calsonic looks better than any other car of the 3. I think the Loctite is going to be the most boring just because it's white. I think that you're just kind of, it's just not very creative when you go for just like a white livery. The blue is very bold, and so is the yellow. I think I would put the blue above the yellow slightly, but I do like the way that the Pennzoil looks. I do think that the Calsonic does have a little bit, I'm noticing the slightly less power compared to the Pennzoil. We'll see if the Zexel has the same situation. But the Calsonic definitely has the grip that that makes it a little bit more, it's easier to get used to. You know, you can brake early, you can hug corners much better. With the Pennzoil, you kind of want to brake late, slide around. With this car, you would actually rather not do that, which is why it took me some getting used to with this car. But it's very good car. All sound the same, so that's not much to say on that either. But the Calsonic is a good car, honestly. It really is. The AI treat it like crap, but I think it's a really great car. The Calsonic livery just is so good, and they really knew what they were doing with this one. It is very odd, the the turbo lag is so bad with these cars, where it's very obvious when it starts to get to a higher speed, it like struggles to switch gears. So like, just use it manually. I'm just doing it automatic because I'm trying to talk more and I don't want to think about more things. But drive this car manually and downshift early, and you'll be good to go. That's basically how it is with all these Skylines. Any car with a massive amount of turbo lag like that, just downshift it early, and you'll notice you'll gain a couple seconds on your times on each lap. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over to the Zexel in a second here. I'm just going to finish these S's and then take the last one horribly, and then now we're going to switch over to the Alrighty, now we're up to the Loctite Zexel GT-R. It's another Skyline. I think this is also from 2000 technically. Maybe it's 2001, but I'm pretty sure it's just 2000. I think I've seen this car before in other menus, because in Gran Turismo 3, they for some reason don't put dates on any of the cars. I don't know why they did that, but this is the Zexel, I'm pretty sure, from 2000. The white and red livery looks good. It honestly does. It's not like terrible. I just tend to like it a little bit less. The front looks good. I'll give the front a little bit more props, but the back is just super plain, and that's what you're looking at for the majority of the race if you're driving behind the car. So it's not as cool. Sure, it looks good when it flies by and you have the cool camera shots on a replay, but this back is kind of uninspired. But front looks great. But yeah, so here we go. This is the Loctite Zexel. Again, sounds exactly like the Calsonic and the Pennzoil, so we don't need to worry too much about that. As I noticed before, the Calsonic was the middle ground in terms of grip between the Pennzoil and the Loctite. I think that's going to end up being true, because I'm noticing this car has a lot of grip, much more than the Calsonic. The Calsonic could still slide a little bit, but this car just hugs the corners really, really good. I'm actually like, I was not really expecting that, so that's pretty great. Let's see, we'll see how the power goes though on this car, because that's kind of what I've noticed in these series is the one that has the grip has the worst power, so we'll kind of see how it goes. In terms of handling, I'm noticing, yeah, it definitely is more, it has more grip, and the Calsonic was the middle ground, and then the Pennzoil was the kind of crazy one. I think I just said that, but I'm just kind of repeating it. And then the turbo lag will be just brutal. Every Skyline in this game has like this brutal turbo lag where it's like, you see downshift early. So that's unfortunately uniform. But yeah, I'm noticing this car right off the bat, much better with the grip compared to the Calsonic. And I kind of didn't expect that. And so now we're just going to kind of like enjoy the way this car drives. It's very relaxing to drive this car compared to the other two. The Pennzoil was definitely the most fun. But like, if you're just in a chill mood, take the Loctite out for a spin, because it just doesn't even want to spin out. Like, even when it's trying to slide, it stays under control, as opposed to the Pennzoil, which was, once it started to slide, you could just immediately spin out if you really let it continue doing that. But this car is much better in the handling department. So trying to see. It seems like it might be a little bit slower. Like even though it says 922 and it has the same technical horsepower as the Calsonic, I think I'm just noticing a little bit more turbo lag. But that also could just be the way I tuned it and the way I shifted the gears. But obviously with cars like this, the tweaking actually makes a pretty big difference. Some cars, it's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like the way you tweak the gears in the 7B, that doesn't really matter. But with a Calsonic, with a car like this that has such a crazy amount of lag when it starts to shift gears, you want to make sure you do it right. And I don't know, I didn't really focus too much on that. But yeah, it's a good car though. Honestly, it's very good, very grip, lots of grip. Very, it just hugs the corners, stays very grounded. It's hard to unsettle this car. I kind of keep trying to, like, just kind of nicking some grass just to see how it handles it, and it's pretty good, honestly. You can tell with the other cars when they start to kind of get unsettled, it really shows and it really slows the car down. But even when I took that first weird blocky corner with this car, it recovered much quicker than the Calsonic, and then of course the Pennzoil was like off the road completely. But I like this car actually. I was kind of pleasantly surprised here. I still think because so much of how I perceive these cars is, you know, nostalgia and how they look and stuff like that, I would still put the Calsonic above this car. But this car definitely impressed me. I was not expecting it to last and be this good. I thought it was going to be like, you know, I thought it was going to be like a much bigger transfer of, you know, handling for power. But it still seems very powerful, but it has way more handling. So it kind of makes sense that the AI takes this car out better than the other ones. So we'll have to kind of monitor that on the AI race that we do, and we'll do that on the All Japan GT race in professionally, because you know you can do that race in other things, but it's not as entertaining. You want to see some spins. We want to see some spins out here. That's the whole point of GT3 and why everyone loves it so much, is because the AI can make mistakes, which is kind of awesome. So we're gonna try to cut this turn. See if we can beat our time that we got with the Calsonic. They're all very close. I think the Pennzoil had 418, the Calsonic had 416. So we'll kind of see if I can get closer than that with the Zexel here. Getting close. Yeah, we beat it. Okay, well that's interesting. So yeah, I actually did have a better time with the Zexel compared to the other two. That could partially just be because I'm used to the car now. I'm used to all three of them, but whatever, we'll see. I would equate it more to the handling, because the AI agreed that the Zexel is the one that spins out the least, so I would assume that means that they kind of think that too, and that's the way that they're programmed and the way the cars handle is the Zexel is the most handling one. So now we'll switch over to the All Japan GT Championship. I'm not sure what car I'll pick yet. I have to kind of figure that out, but we'll have some fun. Hopefully we're going to get all three in the race, and then we'll just see what they do. So enjoy the rest of the race. Alright, what's up everybody? We're back to the AI battle between the three Skylines in my Rival series, but I'm also gonna, because this replay was so ridiculous, I'm actually gonna re-upload this replay as its own video too, because this was an unbelievable race here. One of my favorites ever. I couldn't believe what happened here. This was originally supposed to be an AI battle between the three Skylines, and it still will be. I'll focus the majority of the video on those three because they also spin a lot. But Mr. Denzo Sard here gets stuck on a wall for the whole race, and he loses the whole thing. So get ready for that. That's going to be freaking stupid. But yeah, so this was a AI race in my Rival series. If you're seeing this separately, if you're seeing it from the same video, obviously you're still watching, hopefully. But this is the race of the Pennzoil, the Loctite, and the Calsonic. As I predicted, they kind of filled out the role that I said in the thing. The Pennzoil loses to the Calsonic and the Zexel. The Calsonic actually keeps a good run going for a while. Has an early lead and pulls out pretty far in front until the Castrol gets in front of everybody else, and then he starts to fly out of control. Then there goes the Loctite and the Pennzoil, and then I have to deal with this crap, try to get through all of them, and I end up nicking the Zexel a little bit. So, my bad, Zexel, but dude, all three of y'all spun out, and it was hard to get out of the way. So, this is a good one. This is a great race. Be sure to watch this one all the way through, because it was hilarious. I don't know when the Denzel... Oh, sorry, not the Denzel. The Denzo, I don't know when the Denzo messed up, but he did, and it was really hilarious. But I'll eventually find that moment when it happens. Here we go, all the Skylines spinning like crazy, except for the Calsonic. So Calsonic's doing well. We'll watch the three of them spin out a bunch because they spin out constantly, and then I'll try to go back, show the Denso spinning, or not spinning, but just hitting a wall and staying there. I'm racing as the Arda. I have a very passive race, and I easily win because everybody starts spinning out all the time. So I just hang behind the car until they go off the road, and then I make a pass. It's pretty much what I did to win this race because the Arda is awesome, and all these cars kind of spin. So enjoy the rest of the race. This is a hilarious one. I hope y'all are having a great day. If you're still watching the video that is the Rival series, I will, after this, do a max speed test with my version of the Calsonic, the Loctite, and the Pennzoil, and then we'll get this thing going. Thank y'all for the support. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. As I said earlier, y'all are great. Enjoy. Peace.